few months ago, we were challenged with this project of satisfying runners' needs. Whether these needs dealt with safety, visibility, or the measurement of pace, or even heart rates, we find that there's a lot of opportunities when it comes to female runners. And it really started with this idea of building something that's comfortable, simple, and elegant for the female runner. And then it transformed into a variety of discoveries in regards to technology and biometrics and visibility. And this is our process. And it starts with interviewing runners.
Visibility is important to me. I mean, when I run at night, it's mostly about being seen. I like versatility, so if it can go through a couple of seasons, that's nice. So having vents are helpful. And then the material, so probably something that can wick away moisture. It's going to be a spring or a fall jacket.
I guess I like the material that wicks away sweat and something that's thin, so that you can layer and not be too hot. Something with maybe a zipper, so you can get a little air in. I usually like to wear some sort of reflective gear. I usually put something on over, like a little vest.
Our market research consisted of taking surveys, looking at the market to see what wearable technology is out there, looking at competitors, and just to figure out what female runners really wanted and needed in a product that we were trying to make for Nathan. Once we found all of that research, we went back to the design students and engineer students and just let them see what is possible and what's feasible that we can do.
After the business team conducted their research, we collaborated with the designers and engineers to come up with a product that the customer would want. From our surveys, we found that customers really like jackets that monitor the heart rate.
Alright, so when it came for us to meet together as designers to design the jacket, we really wanted to pair up with the business team to really meet all the consumer needs. When it came to making this jacket, we really wanted to make it transitional. So it's transitional from running to work or to the gym or whatever element that the customer needed it to be. So some of the transitional pieces that we have in our jacket are the sleeves. They're removable and you can have a vest or a jacket. We also have some of the pieces that came up in the survey where the business team used a survey to differentiate between style ideas that the customer likes to have. We noticed color blocking was a good one, ventilations, a fitted waist, but still something that had some room for running. Overall, I think the jacket really meets the customer need for any basis that they wanted to use the jacket towards. And I really think it's a combination of what's already out in the market, but creating it and bringing it to a whole new level.
So as a design team, we came together and we wanted to focus on the woman runner for the Nathan jacket. And we really wanted to keep in mind how she feels as a woman. She wants to feel fit and she wants to show off her fit body, so keeping slim silhouettes in mind and aesthetics, technology, a major component of the whole project.
So there were 3 different teams collaborating on this project. We had the engineering team, the business team, and the design team. So from the beginning, we all came together and kind of gave each other ideas coming from our different backgrounds. And for me, I think that was the most interesting of the collaboration aspect, because the beginning stages were the major brainstorming stages, and all of these people had different ideas coming from different backgrounds, and just like throwing things out there that as a designer I wouldn't necessarily think about, or I'm sure that we were giving ideas to the engineering team that maybe they didn't consider. So I think from the beginning that was really interesting. But we also had to collaborate with the engineering team. They put all of this technology into the jacket, all of these different lighting aspects, and for us in the beginning I think it was kind of difficult for us because as designers we don't normally work with technology, so it was a little bit of a challenge, but communicating back and forth, I think we were able to find a really great way of incorporating those two together.
Different majors. As the engineering student on the project, I relied on some of the design expertise of the fashion designers and some of the business manifesto of the business students. So for a more specific instance, one of the chips that we started trying to demo with we demoed with some of the Arduinos and some of the BeagleBones, which are a much more complicated, expensive chip. And so the business students kind of reined us back on that a little bit to start developing with more lower level but more cost-effective chips for what we wanted to do with at least the PACER part of this project. As a design student, I also collaborated with the fashion designers to help make a couple different fabrics that were used in the project. And then furthermore, we had the sustainability majors, which I got to work with in the design of how to mount these electronics. So conventional electronics are mounted on a PCB, printed circuit board, which are relatively common now, relatively cheap, however have some environmental side effects that are undesirable, sustainable-wise. And so we are starting to look into a few other different methods of doing this.
Sustainability has been the overarching principle between the different disciplines of this collaboration. The incorporation of green materials and different technologies has created a product that is one aesthetically pleasing, but also environmentally friendly.
We were challenged to rethink and to re-envision the female running jacket. Through this collaborative and interdisciplinary process, we believe that we've really come up with an integrated solution that is specifically geared towards the female runner. Uniquely, the female runner of the 21st century has a need for visibility, fit, and simplicity, and we firmly believe that this jacket fulfills these needs.